AllShorts. I want to talk about a little bit of what's been going on and how I feel about it all. I'm very concerned. Worried, you could say, with the state of politics. I know politics is a boring subject, or at least it should be. But with everything that's been happening of late, I find it to be extremely concerning. I really do. Really, really concerning. It worries me what's going on in the United States. It worries me that it stands precedents for other countries to follow suit. There's plenty of wannabes. You've got Viktor Orban, for instance. There's plenty of them. You've got fake democracies like Russia, for instance, with Vladimir Putin. And then you've got Donald Trump, who's literally in the process. It's not about wants or feels, it's part of just a course of action at the moment. That everything is being undone. All your protections are being undone. It should worry the shit out of most people, it really should. Because I find it deeply concerning. And if I was a citizen of the United States, I'd be absolutely petrified what's going on at the moment. I really would. It's just, well, it's sad, I suppose. But it's also just, it's frightening. Now we see what's going on with ICE and, you know, immigration as a whole. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour by so-called officials without no name tags. People are dying in these places. Women are getting abused in these places. Raped. Apparently that's okay. That's okay because the MAGA says so. And some MAGA live streams and what I've been watching recently, and I think to myself, what the hell is going through these people's heads? Going on about immigration, you stole the country from the natives. It was stolen. Well, the Crown did. Then you have to listen to people like this.
America needs to wake up and realize that we need to end all immigration that's coming into our country. Most of these third worlders, when they come here, they're not coming here to assimilate to our culture. They're going to come here and bring their culture with them and try to change America into their own liking. Just like that Muslim guy that's running for mayor. He's not coming here to assimilate to our culture. He hates our culture. He hates our people. He wants white people paying higher property taxes. I mean, what's that say about him? He wants white people to suffer. When foreigners get into power, they're not going to get into power to help white people and, you know, help America. They're going to come here and make our people suffer because they think that our people is racist. They're not coming here to help anything about America at all. They're coming here to completely change it. All these third world immigrants that are here now should be second-class citizens. Why should they come into our country and be able to vote, change our laws, change our culture? Why should they be able to do that? If I came from a shitty country and some other country allowed me to come in because mine's terrible, I would be happy just to be there. Why do I have to impose my beliefs on them when I'm a guest in their country?
Oh, these people, they walk amongst us, they do. Yeah, this guy is, he's a lovely fella, he really is, wouldn't you say? No? These people are just unreal. They really are unreal. And this stuff has been normalised. It's the new normal. It's just, like I said, it scares the hell out of me. Really, that these people actually exist. And YouTube, for instance, is literally full of them. There's so many podcasts out there with these views. Crazy. John Proctor, North American, the Sioux Indians called them Wasagu. When they first started ripping off their land, Wasagu, meaning the greedy people. The dishonourable ones. Yeah, well, they certainly are now. Like they are. Hi, John. And a scapegoat. Hello, a scapegoat. Imagine this is the indigenous people. Oh, my God, yeah. 400, 300, 200 years ago. Oh, my God. Is this a left-wing channel or a right-wing channel? One way or the other. Just common decency. Is being somebody who doesn't want to do harm to others? Is that left-wing? I'm sure there's people on the right wouldn't want to have harm done to their family members, or is it because of it's the other? Harm to the other, not me. No, the other. I would say I'm more sort of left of centre. I believe in a lot of, I haven't got a problem with capitalism, but I've got a problem with greed. So, yeah, there's differences. Nuances. Here, imagine all the people. A human being channel, that sounds like a nice idea. I don't mind that one. Yeah, that's a good, I love that. I just realised I got potatoes in my pocket. I was stuck to a big bottle top. Oh, it's risky, that was. Oh, blimey. I unearthed a potato by accident, I did, so I put it in my pocket. And obviously sat on it. Oh dear. Yes, take a $1 bill, fold these seals, making one from both halves. Now, read the greed states it's interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm a Brit living in France, I am. But I find it interesting what's going on around the world. And if it's quite good to actually maybe get someone else's take, You can end up in your own little bubble, you can. After all, your media is well and truly bought. And including your so-called independent media. For Christ's sake, yeah. The people that have been going into the White House, then you got that Kirk geezer. Oh my God. What a fascist. Human peeing channel, that's it. That's what we do on a regular basis. Cheers, buddy. Love the channel. Cheers, my friend. And elbows up to Canada. Elbows up. You got to keep your distance. Just like the Scots need to keep the distance from England, really, with everything that's going on. To forget that all humans, no matter what colour, we all bleed red. Why can't we just get on? That's the thing, you see. I just don't understand, because they'll cheer from the sidelines, when Mike Tyson's fighting or something like that. But regardless, they're hypocrites, just plain and simple hypocrites. When it suits them, you know what I mean? When it suits them. But as soon as they lose or something like that, all of a sudden, okay, deport them. We had that with the Euros in football, and because crikey, I forgot who it was now. Because he missed the bloody missed the penalty shot. He had all sorts of racist grief. Hello, Charlotte, and Sutton. Hello there, hope you well. And Curious. That's the boy. Yeah. Lots of Canadians. Oh, good. It's I do feel for them. I know it's really easy to dismiss what's going on in the United States in the sense of that's their problem, so to speak, but it isn't. It's everyone's problem. We are a world economy after all, and if we can't get our economy on track, well then we're all going to suffer. But that is going to be the case for a very long time. We are all going to suffer financially, because at the end of the day, we were a part of the US's economy. We can't get away from that. We've got to diversify, but there will be some pain to be had, while we're doing that. There is, it's a process. We'll get there. I see what's going on between the European Union and Canada and other countries, and see that we're trying to open up new markets. China's a tricky one for Canada at the moment, because you've got food industries that cross over, and that they conflict with each other. Yeah, just a big orange crackhead moved in next door, being a bit tense, and oh my Gideon, a big orange crackhead. And free Kurdistan. Yeah, actually, when you think of what's going on in other parts of the world as well, with all the media being absolutely swamped with what's going on in the United States. Obviously Kurdistan and places like, obviously, Gaza and Ukraine. Ukraine's been deserted by the US, been deserted by Donald Trump, pretty much. In favour for, for genocide, So lots of Canadians are watching Trump closely. Watch how it's not to be done. And what his next move is going to be regarding these tariffs. The thing is, you see, you can't negotiate a trade deal with someone that you can't trust. It's pointless. The UK-US trade deal is worth diddly squat, and even that is up in the air because of Tata Steel. Korea says, I'm worried. I'm very worried. Very worried. Yes, you should be. I actually think there's going to be a tipping point. I really do. I think there's going to be a tipping point. I think it's going to turn really nasty. And you'll be heading for a civil war. It might be what's needed. That or a load of beheadings. Try being his roommate. Oh my God. In Maine, our cross-border visitation is down 30%. Prices of goods such as lobster and other natural resources have crashed. And this rot just goes very, very deep. Yeah. I mean, obviously boycotting American goods and stuff, you end up buying Canadian goods. But if you're talking about tourism, that's effectively that's an export, isn't it? So that's money coming into the country. So if you're relying on it, you could say the same for a lot of European countries who are very reliant on tourism, but they are literally protesting at the moment against it. There's so much over tourism. They've had enough. The prices of property go up, and it all ends up, basically the locals can't afford to live, and kids can't, get their first homes and stuff like that. So even where I live in France, right, from the time we bought this place to now, the prices have gone down a bit now actually, but they did up to around mid 2000, say by 2010, well 2015ish, 16, maybe 2016. Oh yeah, Brexit. Prices were constantly going up because there's more and more people coming, pushing the prices up, properties. And then all of a sudden the Brexit, and then obviously the end of transition period, and the house prices here have either stabilised or they've gone down. But they were cheap in the first place. They were cheap. So you think about what it is in the UK, the average property now is about £1 million, Do I hear something sad relating to your guitar? What happened to your guitar? Your poor guitar. I just purchased a can of red spray paint. Does this make me a terrorist? What you need to do is you go around and, right, just some hashes. But just, you got to tag some stuff, alright? Anti-Trump tags. Nope, nothing to do. Don't blame you. Afternoon, all in the chat. Hello there, Dave McGuinness. I hope you're well. Independence to Scotland. UK has digital tax too. He had no issue with it. Yeah, that's right. I've just been informed that the pesky Canadians are applying a digital tax. How dare they? As well as charging us 400%, 250%, 400% for milk, which is a total lie. Canada's never charged that man. It's in the agreement, but it's just for excess over the quota. But never reached it. Well, I think about disgusting, obviously, and also what can happen with that. And you think of what was it, J.D. Vance's missus, and crikey, who else is there? Birthright citizens. How about the whole Trump family? Since they're all immigrants, all descendants from immigrants. Make you wonder, doesn't it? Hey, cheers, buddy. I'm a chef, a restaurant, a business. Oh crikey! Restaurant business crashed. Customers don't involved with crikey! Customers don't involved with possible ice raid. Well, they don't want to get involved with it. No, that's a very good point. I watched I can't remember where it was. It was in Los Angeles. Somewhere in Los Angeles. It was a marketplace, and it's hardly any people coming there, and so many businesses are failing on this marketplace because the locals aren't. They don't want to venture out just in case they're getting caught up in a raid or being the target of it. So they reckon loads of restaurants are going to start struggling or failing. They can't get the staff for a start. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Vincent. So yeah, Summer Chef, a restaurant businesses have crashed, and customers don't want to get. They basically don't want to go because even if they're white people, white people going to a restaurant, they could get caught up, and it doesn't seem to matter anymore. Got to meet old penis heads. Stephen Miller's quotas 3,000 a day now. It's all about money, share price, stock values, and stuff regarding the companies involved in doing all the deportations. Disgusting. There we come. With everything that's going on at the moment, with I made a little video about it earlier actually, and it's after I watched. I might actually show it. I'll show it to you in a moment. One of Hawk Podcast's videos, and I nothing really I could disagree with really, and what he was saying is, what we're actually fighting for now, when no one really seems to want to defend their rights, their human rights. Now we've got the protests, brilliant, they're fantastic protests. Was it 13 odd million people? Last count of, I think that's the official count, 13 odd million. It's amazing. It's amazing. But they ain't going to cut any mustard with these people. They don't care about that. No. Just gives them excuses, doesn't it? I think it's a great decoy. It's a great way to distract. So you could do something a little bit more serious. You can hurt the billionaires where it really hurts, in their pockets. What did I say? Oh, cheers, buddy. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, did anyone ask why Trump allowed Iran to attack a US base to save face? When Trump was asked that, I just thought, what? My jaw just dropped. What? Apparently we're all tough. And then with China and Iran, we've got to let them have their deals there because they've got to rebuild their country. For God's sake. to save face. What if one of the anti-battery systems had failed? Dead US troops is for what exactly? PS. For you and the missus. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks, Mark Gussie. Goosey? Is it Goosey? That was just unbelievable. For 1 minute, he just... It's because he's doing U-turns. It's about face. He says one thing, he pushes a narrative, I'm tough and all that, and all of a sudden he goes the other way. It's like he's just had a seizure. He's too erratic. He's just too erratic. And when he was asked the other day whether or not he would strike Iran again, he said, most definitely, or something, he wouldn't think twice about it. Unbelievable. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Do you think people should form a militia and set up a tribunal to go after this regime and put them under a civil arrest? Yes. Sorry, but yes. I think we're past protests. I think you are. I think you're way past protesting. I think protesting is one of them things to back it all up. So it proves that there's popular demand. But there has to be more. And it has to be in clandestine as well. Because for obvious reasons, there's no good getting caught. It's no good standing in front of a painting and throwing, I don't know, tomato ketchup over it or tomato soup over it and then get caught. That's point. No, because then you can't do another one. There has to be progressive. It builds up and builds up. The pressure builds up. Then you see, and these people, like for instance, Jeff Bezos getting married and all the protests in Venice and what have you. And then you got Hungary, right, with the gay pride protests in Hungary. He said they're not allowed to protest, didn't he? Viktor Orban said, and then no protest, it's legal to protest. They said, and then flip it out. There's tens and tens of thousands of people doing their gay pride and all that. Good on them. And it just proves that what these politicians are calling for isn't necessarily what the people want. So, yeah. Made it, winners, another Canuck in dice. I'm catching up, yeah. It does also sad because we want to see these forest fires at the moment. Oh, I hate those trees. It's all little habitats, aren't they, for animals and stuff. We're doing our own little rewilding here. So we're part about 1,000 odd trees. Be more than that, I think, in the album, 1,500 time we're finished. Slow progress for us, because, we're slow anyway, but we're also making little bird houses, hedgehog houses, little roosts and what have you, little habitats. Places for the insects and that as well, insect houses, and just piles of stuff specific for them, just to keep the older ecosystem sort of working and making sure there's plenty of berries planted, fruit trees, seeds, nuts, all that sort of stuff, for the birds and other little animals and what have you, because it's all part of, And we see I love it. I sit here and there's the hawks flying around in circles. There's about half a dozen just flying around on my field just over there, going around with the thermals and that, And then also that, they're about to dive and then dart down into the older hay. And I've seen some. I just love it. I just love nature, I think maybe MAGA needs to experience nature, what is real. Actually, a lot of these people are actually in rural areas, aren't you? You just assume that maybe they would experience nature. Did you hear about the paraplegic strip club? Oh dear. Oh, that's such a bad joke. I hear the place is crawling with muff. We said pussy, but muff. Oh dear. Trump is so freaking twisted. You're not wrong. He's evil. He's just anyone who follow that man clearly they're evil as well. Because that's how you got Trump derangements in Jerome. Yeah, You got TDT or whatever it is, or TDS. And oh, for God's sake, you happy to treat people like this? Well, you're as bad as he is. You know what? Because of well, it's not Jews. It's blatant Netanyahu, isn't it? There are a lot of Jewish people who aren't. They don't believe in what Netanyahu's doing. They don't believe in his genocide. They, you know, in fact, they've also been joining the protests. It's not. Obviously, there's going to be those in Israel who are a bit indoctrinated. But still. Yeah, Trump let Iran have the last word. What? There's something there. There's a rumour about, is it a $30 billion deal with Iran? Yeah. Not for the US, but for Iran. $30 billion for Iran. He dismissed it, though, but that's the rumour. Please pray for my uterus so I don't die. I'm praying for your uterus. I hope your uterus is fine. I hope your uterus is healthy. And by the way, I'm an atheist. But either way, you know, I still wish for your uterus to be fine. The military strike could have paid for... Yeah. Those planes are $2.5 billion each. Those B-2s. Then there's those bunker busting £30,000 bombs. They don't cost £30,000. They're weight. But, you know, and Trump just keeps winning. Well, why is that? Because he's implanted. He's in well, he's just bought the Supreme Court, hasn't he? People in there that are also Trump sycophants. They've got something to gain, haven't they? That's what it is. They've been bought. All bribed. Promised stuff, maybe. My daughter's dad is American, as is my stepdad, and I'm Canadian. So it affects, of course it does, yeah, both ways. Trump has been allowed to go way too far. It's the people that's allowed him to go way too far, and the Democrats. They are impotent. They are flaccid. There was an impeachment, oh, crikey, what was it again? A resolution to impeach Donald Trump just over a week ago. And out for those big-name Democrats, including Pelosi, voted against it. Okay, it might not have gone through, but you know, you've got to keep hitting them with it. He's going against the Constitution. You see, whenever you've got anything like a Constitution, you've got to have a jurisdiction that supports the Constitution. And the same with any laws, you know. If you haven't got jurisdiction, well then, who's going to say, oh, you can or cannot do? Well, the Supreme Court is completely utterly lost, and you know what usually happens? There's some a local court, a district court, or a patriarchal court, I can't say it now. They will say, no, that's illegal, you can't do that. And then it goes to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will say they can. It's just, meanwhile, it just takes a week, 2 weeks, month, 6 weeks, or whatever it might be. Trump is already using it to do what he wants it to do. It's just, no one's willing to shut him down. Most Jews did not want Trump to attack Iran, including this one. Yep, that does. You know, we've got to be. I think we have got to be. I've done it myself. I made those mistakes when I've said stuff in the past. You know, when you're human, where you're tarnishing the whole society or population with the same brush. For a start, it's not all Americans. No. Even in Canada of all places, they've got their maple MAGA, you know. Okay, not to the degree of the United States, And the same in Israel. There's people that they're not supporting what's going on. In fact, they've been even protesting. But Netanyahu's got so much. But he's a tyrant. You stand up against these people, well then you get grief, don't you? People are being controlled. And that's what's happening, effectively, in the United States. If you're not with Donald Trump, you're against him, as far as MAGA are concerned. And they're the ones going around with the guns and stuff, and their Temu waist jackets. Oh, God's sake, they do look bargain bucket. They really do. Oh my giddy aunt, they look the worst. Nothing standardised, is it? If they all had standard uniform, you might... Okay, they are ice, you know? But no. There's nothing standardised. They're literally just buying their own kit and what have you. They got it from some online store, you know? Fascist is us or something. Some trans people have claimed asylum in Canada. Can you blame them? No, I don't. There's a few people actually, trans people who follow me on this channel. You know, I'll be able to be honest with you, I don't understand being trans because I'm not trans. You know, but when people tell it's an ideology, let's just say it's an idea. Well, no, when someone has dedicated their existence into transition, that's more than an idea. That's who they are. You know, that's who that their body is telling them that they are. They're in the wrong body. I think if there's an ideology for you, well then, and you're saying you're trans, well maybe you're not. Maybe you need to think about it a bit more. You shouldn't have to think about it because you either are or you're not. That's my point of view. I'm not saying it's right. just how I feel about it. Yeah, happy pride. I just want to let people live their lives, you know. You know, trans people, gay people, lesbian people, black people, yellow people, purple people with yellow spots. None of them cause me any grief. I don't have any problem with them. I'm not interested in hurting people that aren't hurting me. If they were, well then they'll be a different kettle of fish, but they're not. And just leave them alone. Engage with them. You know, I've had loads of wonderful conversations with people that aren't like me, you know? And even with people I don't even agree with, you know, sometimes you got to chew on what you disagree with, you know, to have any kind of understanding where the other half is coming from or not, you know? Oh, just to say, my granddaughter's here. What's up, sweetheart? You're not allowed in my live streams. I know. I'll get told off by your mummy.
Well, she don't tell her.
Well, it's quite hard when it's still over, isn't it?
Mummy can't even watch though, she isn't interested.
I know she's not, but other people are. It wouldn't be right that I abuse that trust.
Mama wouldn't even watch it.
No. But I'm not, I can't do that, sweetheart. I've got a dog though. I've got a dog down here. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And there was another little video I wanted to share with you, which is, this is by Hawk Podcast, and that kind of what struck a nerve with me earlier today. And it's it's kind of saying what I've been saying for a while, really, but it's just... There we go.
I took most of today off from this app. It's about 7 p.m. West Coast time. Trump's big, beautiful bill, the House version of it, went to the Senate. The Senate parliamentarian hacked it to pieces. Republicans in the Senate rewrote a whole bunch of things. They released the text of that bill last night after midnight. They wanted to vote on it today at noon, even though it's 950 pages long, and none of them have read the actual bill, which we learned is going to cut almost $1 trillion from Medicaid. And a few hours later, they were getting ready to vote on it. The bill was stalled at 50 votes to 45. There were 3 Republicans who voted against it. Tom Tillis, Rand Paul, and some other white guy. And the last Republican to vote, they needed to get it up over 51 votes. The last Republican to vote late was Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski.
Oh,
and she voted in favor. This is to advance the bill to a debate stage and to basically remove some very significant time delays if the bill didn't pass this vote. And she voted in favor. I listened to an interview with Lisa Murkowski last week.
About 30% of her constituents they use MAGA. Not use MAGA, they use Medicaid. Use MAGA. They use Medicaid. I wish we could use MAGA to build a wall or something. Yeah, they use Medicaid, so that's... Now, the thing is, though, in the future, like it's about 17 months' time, when you have the vote, don't make any difference to it, really. If you have more Democrats, it's not going to make any difference at all, because they're sitting on their hands anyway. And Donald Trump's just trying to remove all checks and balances and basically rewrite the system. We're only 3 months in, you know. 6 months in. No, not even 5 months in. What was it, about 20th or something like that? Wasn't it inaugurated? Of January this year? January, no, 6 months, yeah. Just over 6 months now. So,
process. But, like, what the fuck are you even doing at this point, man? What are you even doing at this point? I mean,
awkward pause.
We have masked men kidnapping people in the streets and putting them in prisons, in detention facilities where people are dying, people are being sexually assaulted. Some of them are U.S. citizens. We've deported U.S. citizens who've been kidnapped off of our own streets. We kind of sort of fought a war with Iran because Israel wanted us to. We're
Exactly,
doing
that's
jack
on the
shit to
button.
help Ukraine now.
On the money.
Our economy is falling apart. The world is falling apart.
Go on, just.
I don't care who you are. If you're voting in favor of anything on behalf of Donald Trump, what are you even doing? You doing this for a job? So you can keep your job? By taking away healthcare from 30% of your constituents? I don't think that's the best way to go about, you know, making sure you keep your job. But, you know, what do I know? And I crashed out a little bit last night. I made like 4 or 5 10-minute long videos of like, what are we even trying to save anymore when people say we need to save America? Beats the shit out of me. Save it for who? I don't know what any of us are doing anymore. I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. You know, I'm trying to remember the last time I heard anything out of Chuck Schumer or Hakeem Jeffries, but then I remembered, hang on, that we all heard something out of Hakeem Jeffries and Nancy Pelosi last week when they voted against a resolution to impeach Donald Trump. What the fuck are we even doing anymore? The Supreme Court is giving Donald Trump, this Supreme Court, despite the fact that the district courts, the trial court level in the federal courts, and the circuit courts, the appellate courts, are more or less, especially the district courts are doing the right fucking thing. And then it gets up to the Supreme Court, and they're just like, no, we're going to give Donald Trump all the power that he wants.
Exactly. So it's going through the stages and gets to the Supreme Court, and then that's it. It's like just a delay. What is the point? Really? Hawk from Hawk podcast now, he's right. What is the point? You've got a system that isn't working for you. And the Constitution was written in the first place to protect you from these tyrants. Now, last time I tried to make coffee, oh dear, I just splashed water myself. My machine didn't work, did it? I'm going to try again. Trying to splash water over my device. There we go. It's going in. Yeah. Oh dear, I don't know. What do you reckon? Somebody said earlier about solutions. You ain't got like what I've got to say, because the solution doesn't involve sitting down. I don't know, making podcasts. No, it involves getting out there with your pitchforks. Now, if you don't know anything about me, my heritage, there's a guy called Robert Kett, and I'm one of the last descendants from him, and he held Norwich in Norfolk in the UK, within the city walls for 30 days until German mercenaries got him out, and eventually he fled and hid in a hollowed oak tree. So maybe I'm a bit of a, am I an insurrectionist? Maybe. Is it in the blood? Maybe. But I just don't see how it can be ignored. Oh, it's working. How it can be ignored anymore. It's gone past protests. It's gone past protests. So, if you want my solution is to stand up physically against these people. You've got a constitution that was written to protect you, and these MAGA madmen in the White House in Project 2025 is literally trying to rewrite that. They literally are in the process of trying to rewrite the Constitution. They're trying to get support for it. I think it was Ron DeSantis. Like, I've got to press the button. Got to hold it in, I have. Oh, got to hold it in. Got to hold it in, I can't pull it out. Oh God, I wish Donald Trump's father did. There you go. It's in a really awkward place on the other side of the machine. You press the button once, it's not enough. I don't fill the cup up and it ends up being really strong. I want an espresso. I just want a coffee. Perfect. Anyway. Educated. What? We Americans. The thing is, though, there's more of you than there's of them. Educated people. Because those people aren't educated. From what I can see, they failed education, or they're just indoctrinated, or they allow themselves to be indoctrinated online. There's plenty of this right-wing madness. Obviously look at Andrew Tate, those kind of podcasters that just spread kind of, masculinity and all that, And they're trying to take something away from you. They are. No one's trying to take anything away from you apart from MAGA. They're the only ones trying to take anything away. Muslims aren't trying to take anything away from you. Sikhs aren't trying to take anything away from you. It's just yellow people, brown people, black people. They're not trying to take. They're the ones having stuff taken away from. And anyone who has any common sense are the ones who've been stripped bare of any common decency. It's not been applied to them. Oh, talk about AllShorts trolling. Yeah, I saw that. I've been asked that question before, so that's one of those questions that, what's you keep telling us this, how bad everything is. What's your solution? Mostly, I can't really go into too much detail on here. I'd be saying that I'm trying to incite a riot. I got that record. It's frightening, but the thing about it is you've got to get enough people on board who are willing to go the extra mile, and you've got to have enough people that are bright enough to coordinate and have the right ideas. And let's think about other things as well. What about online? The amount of damage that can be done online. What's happened to Anonymous? I know the Anonymous now is not the same anonymous hackers that were floating around back. What was that? I think they were about 2008, 2009 or something. Disappeared. The ones we see now aren't the same people, but they're all effectively supposed to be a group of connected people who have basically hacked on the side, anti-rich people, anti-billionaires, anti-tyranny. The thing is, it's possible. There's plenty of very smart, very clever people out there, and there's plenty of hackers out there as well. But then again, it's all about money again. They all want to be paid. It's not about the common good. I'm not a troll. I've been following markets for a long while. Canadian. Hello, Mike James. Yes, I do have moderators that quite often come into the chat. I do have moderators, but they're not here at the moment. And this is a random. They very kindly sometimes pop in and then stay for a bit. Yeah, but they got lives too, I think I've got about 5 moderators on 5 or 6 on this channel. And they do quite often pop in. Usually Joel or Mad Monk. Yeah, they want an hour in race. They do. They literally are going through the process of expelling brown faces. They are picking people out without any instruction to do so, just randomly, trying to attack people on the basis of their skin. Go. I keep saying I do not understand how millions of people want to enrich Trump and give him power above and beyond caring for their own children and grandchildren's future. Well, these people are part of a cult. It becomes their family. It's basically Dunning-Kruger effect, that they are drawn in by the cult and to be part of the tribe. Tribalism. Yeah, Dunning-Kruger effect, that's it. One of the old cognitive dissonances. Too much power and wealth in a few hands. Oh God, you're kidding. a new breed of conviction politicians less susceptible to corruption. Unfortunately, many of them that appear to be non-corruptible end up in power and then they end up being corrupted. There's a huge amount of temptation. Huge amount of temptation. There's a huge amount of pressure from lobbyists. This is where we got to remove lobbyists from government. In all governments, same in the UK, you know, they have too much power. Now, Keir Starmer, when he became the Prime Minister in the UK, and you know people voted for Labour, there were a lot of promises that were being made, and all of a sudden, a lot changed for the worse. You know, it appears that, oh, okay, these people give us money, those people give us money, they give us money. We've got to return the favour somehow. It's an exchange of power, of power from, with money. You've got to take money out of the. You've got to remove money from the campaigns. A campaign should be federally funded. Political positions should be a minimum wage job. First, the really people who want to make a better difference take the job. I think at the least they shouldn't be able to work on the side. You know, if they've got interests and stuff like that, they need to de-invest. And why do we need to have rich, successful people to be our politicians? Why? Why can't some Joe Bloggs from down the road, who, a bit like AOC, who's waiting tables to get her qualifications, cleaning tables and stuff, she'll wait tables, she'll waitress, can't remember now. She's working tables anyway. We need people who know how hard it can be. People who came from nothing. Not people who came from money or heritage or anything like that, People who know how hard they have to work to make it. To get there. Follow the money, yes. It's all about money and control. And with these multi-billionaires literally extracting the money, and we've said nothing for decades. You get food, you get food dissenting voices, don't you? You get a few people speaking up against it. But it should be a topic that should be on the tip of everybody's lips, and but it's not. And it seems strange to me that many of these people who complain the loudest and what have you, when it comes to taking it away from these, or taking the ability from these very rich individuals, the Jeff Bezoses of the world, all of a sudden, you can't do that, can't do that. It's like, one day it might be me. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like when people lose an election and start shouting, "Our democracy!" There ain't no democracy. Democracy's gone. It's gone. You've got as much democracy now in the United States as you got in Russia. You don't honestly think if you had an election today and it went against Donald Trump, which it probably would actually, but let's say it did, when it went against Donald Trump, you honestly think he's going to take it lying down, do you? He'll enlist all his little ICE agents to get involved. The people that he'd pardoned. The 1600 odd insurrectionists from Capitol Hill. All of a sudden they'll be back at Capitol Hill. Or doing something like that. Technocrats, it's gonna get quantum. Yes, it will. Centre-right Labour is not really Labour now, is it? No, I don't think so. Don't feel like a working class party anymore, but neither is Reform. Reform's not a working class party. It's a populist party. It's about what makes us popular. That's all it is. Some of the things he's been spouting recently, it's just enough to make your skin crawl. To be fair, just looking at Nigel Farage makes my skin crawl. Cavan Lad 100, hello, I hope you're well. So Canada has donation limits, and it helps less influence from wealthy. But does it? If the problem is, donations end up being split and sent from anonymous companies from all over the place, and from various and other anonymous people. You could say follow the money again. But we had this with Brexit. We had it with Aaron Banks, Aaron Banks, who's an insurance bloke, and he funded Brexit Party and UKIP and what have you. He funded that party, and it was found out that the money was from dubious sources, such as Russia. Did anything happen? No. We still had to have Brexit. Because apparently people voted for it. Even though they were negatively influenced with online platforms. Such as Facebook. Facebook advertising. Cambridge Analytica. And now they've got even more power, because now they've got more artificial intelligence is available to absolutely everybody now. They can push very clever advertising that very quickly, very cheaply to every Tom, Dick and Harry. I believe in Canada, though, hasn't Facebook removed advertising from the feed? Like on Reels and what have you. Political advertising stuff like that, because there was a lot of because of the digital taxes and stuff like that. Was it Canada or was it somewhere else? God, it's very warm in here. Political positions used to be unpaid back in the 1600s. God, I bet there was benefits there wasn't there. You know, it's very warm in here. I've got the fan going. That's probably what you hear in the background. But it's very warm. It's around 38 degrees today. Oh, it's terrible. Ask George for yeah, Freeman about outside jobs and cash for questions. Well, lobbying in general is just, I think it's just wrong. You know, why should corporations and very rich individuals have the power to persuade the government? Why should they? What power have I got to persuade the government? None whatsoever. You know? It's wrong. It should be at the ballot box. That's it. And then they should do their job, which you've actually asked them to do. And that was their manifesto. Now, Carney wasn't rich. He's from a fairly modest upbringing, isn't he? You know, and also his time at. I've watched a lot of interviews with Mark Carney when he was the Bank of England governor, and I always found him so amenable, unoffensive, you know, and it was just say it as it is, and what these, you know, really, he couldn't step on the government's toes. He couldn't say things that went against, you know, the government in the sense of taking the piss out of them. He was very neutral, but he was good. He was good for us. So quite, you know, our economy would have been much worse place if it wasn't for Mark Carney after Brexit. You know, that man's got his head screwed on. And how he keeps calm, I don't know. Oh, he's Canadian, maybe that's why. Carney was a oh, I didn't know he was a teacher. So Carney, what did he teach? Was he a lecturer or a school teacher? Because to be a school teacher, you've got to have some bloody nerve, especially these days. Crikey. My wife worked in schools, and there was a village school, wasn't too bad. But when I see the school that my granddaughters are going to, I think, oh my giddy aunt, these poor teachers. Crikey. He also knows a lot about economics. He was the perfect person to handle Trump. He is, isn't he? Now, some people might say Mark Rutte's the perfect person to handle Trump. Oh my God, that's so painful to watch. I know. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I really do, Mark Rutte, but that was just sick. Watching him suck up to Donald Trump, I mean, that was just humiliating. I think he humiliated everyone, to be honest. It was so obvious. How about making it illegal for corporate interests to initiate lobbying to start? That's a good idea. Make it illegal. Oh yeah, put the shoe on the other foot. Yeah. That's actually quite a good idea. Might make it a little bit easier, because otherwise they're going to still get hounded, aren't they? You're the MPs and what have you. Hello, Gingers. I hope you're well, my friend. Have you got your pitchforks ready? Governments should not be run like corporations. Who thought businessmen were a good choice for running a country? There's a fundamental difference about running a business and running a country. One is for profit, for a start. You know, you run a business because you want to make money. Whereas a country is just, you want to be able to produce the money to fund the services. Maybe, maybe it's a hybrid even. Having some business sense isn't a bad idea if you've got sectors of your like rail networks and stuff like that haven't been privatised, where monies are coming in. Well, then run it like a business, but those monies need to be reinvested. But you don't have shareholders. That's what you mustn't have. The shareholders have to be the people. Any profits that come out either get levied back into the pot for the exchequer, or they end up going back into the network, invested into the network. Well, it's not like that in the UK. It's so expensive to do anything in the UK regarding trains. It costs 4 times more per kilometre to build railway track in the UK that does in France, for instance. 12 times more. Cheers, Vincent. For you, Jenna. I agree, but Hitler didn't come from money. So it's there. I do feel money corrupts, though. It does corrupt people. Not everyone. There's some very good people out there who are pretty, loaded, and they do a lot of good, They're still extremely rich. When you're that rich, you haven't got to worry, It's just the interest itself is more than enough for most people to live on, plus more, Trump is a course correction. The US goes far goes far left, then far right. And sometimes course correction is needed to find the middle. But they have never ever been at this stage where they have deported people like this. Even American citizens. Have they? No. It's never been as bad as this. Reagan, Republican. He was nothing like this. This is extreme. This is extreme. The US has never been left. No, it hasn't. Well, it'll be funny. The Democrats aren't really left, are they? They're more centre. In some cases, centre right. You know, it's No, no, they definitely haven't been left. There's plenty of lefties there. Even Bernie Sanders, you know, I wouldn't say he's as hard left as, say, for instance, Jeremy Corbyn. Bernie Sanders and Jeremy Corbyn aren't the same. But Bernie Sanders is, I think he's the best of both worlds. It's such a shame. It's such a shame. You had an opportunity to have Bernie Sanders and people, not enough people voted for him. It'd be hard. There'll be some sacrifices that would have had to be made. But Bernie Sanders would have, for a start, either given you more Medicaid, Medicare, or free at the point, you know, like the NHS, free at the point of use. You would hope that you'd be able to get rid of a lot of the private money in health. You can't get rid of it all because they're too indoctrinated. They're not indoctrinated, sorry. They're too ingrained in the system, too much part of it. But you can legislate, you can make it harder for them to take over. Oh, what have I missed? What have I missed? Who's that? Hey, Dave Wilson, hello, my friend. I hope you're well. Hi, buddy. Michigan here. Hello there, Michigan. From me here in France. If you need or want a little furry lift for the day, check out the Scared Ketchup Couch. What? As a YouTube search, okay, I'll do that. The JD Vance music video should pop up for you, and everyone needs a song about effing couch. I will definitely do. Let me write that down. There we go. I've got the board up. Where's my chalk? Where's my chalk? Yes, I'm a bit old school, baby. All I do is I write a few notes down, alright, when I do my videos. I thought, yeah, okay, that's try not to miss points. But I wing my videos, you might have noticed. So what's it called again? It's called the Scared Ketchup Couch. Alright, the bottom here. Done. Yeah. So yeah, I write my yeah, I'm very much yeah. Just bullet points basically. But I've gone back to blackboards. I used to use dry whiteboards, right? But I've gone back to blackboards because I can produce, because I'm a woodworker and there's lots of offcuts. And all you need is some black matte paint, and you can put blackboards everywhere, including the back of your door, like over there. See? I've got a terrible memory, and also I get a lot of brain fog. I don't know if you know, I've got fibromyalgia. I might have mentioned it before once or twice. But I've got fibromyalgia and it gives me brain fog. I also have a problem with my voice because of it, and that's why I get really, really hoarse. The other day I sounded like him off Alex Jones off Infowars. I couldn't speak properly. I get that. Every so often I just lose my voice and it's just gone. You know, and it takes a while to come back. But I've got a problem with vocal cords. It's one of them things. That's why I produce too much phlegm, you see, so I have some special spray, but I also have like eucalyptus sweeties, which help. And also they taste nice. Thanks, Dave Wilson, much appreciated, my friend. Hello, Scottish Cat 32. 1% of the 1% only uses 1% of the money. What they do with 99% of the money they don't use. 1% of the 1%. Oh, I've got to use my brain for that. Oh yeah, don't forget to boot that like button. Thank you, Dave Wilson. Thank you to all those who have contributed to the channel. Really appreciate it. The nice gentleman sent some money via PayPal for a rewilding project. So you've got trees for Canada. I've got a lovely idea. So I'll probably go find some maples, I think. Canadian maples. Was it sugar maples? They're sugar maples. I can't remember now. So things, once you got them, you can easily produce them. Yeah, propagate them. So yeah, that was nice. It's some got, I don't know who it is, but there's somebody as this gentleman again. I think it is, might not be. I can't really say that actually because there's stuff written in the card apart from but no, not the same here. It's from Nomners basically, and it comes through the post. And it's cost me a €20 note, and I thought, oh sweet, it's just nice. Do you know what I mean? It makes all. I think it's the acknowledgement as well, because you spend a lot of time doing these researching and making videos and stuff like that, and spend money. Yeah, someone said to me, "Oh, it's gonna take that long to upload your videos." In that, it's just that is that you got to buy the gear. Like, that's the camera I use generally for my videos. You know, I'll set up down there as well. Lighting and lots of stuff all costs money, you know. You've got to do a half reasonable job. And so, I know I'm just using my phone, but I've also got a directional microphone attached to it, so it's hopefully the audio's okay. It's just one of the things, isn't it, you know? But I don't mind. I don't mind that sort of thing because I quite enjoy the technology side of it anyway. You got to learn, haven't you? Oh, what have I missed there? Gingers! Hello there, gingers. Like I say, I hope you got your pitchforks ready. Woke Mike! Hello, Woke Mike! Oh, that term woke. Oh, God, that drives me insane. He's flipping right wing bag and going, oh, yeah, woke. I bloody well hope so. Quite frankly. Oh, God, what's Ginger saying? Graham Speedos are here. Hello, Graham Speedos. Well, F me running. I'm going to listen to music. Maybe this. Oh, Smith's cool, Morris. Oh, crikey, you got good taste. And oh, good. Yes, good. Oh, crikey. Yes. You're a sister, are you? I'll tell you what, though. I love Eminem. He's actually a really funny bloke as well. But I just the music it's just up my street. It is. I love it. I do love Bernie. Yeah, I love Bernie. He's such a good, honest soul, you know. And you hope he'd be uncorruptible or non-corruptible. He says all the things that I would hope a politician would say. And Sarah AOC, you know, she's a good lass, you know. And Crockett and that as well, you know, Jasmine Crockett. And there's a few other good ones and that, but there isn't enough of them. There isn't enough of them. I know you got Mandini, the guy's got the got for the first stage of the primaries, or whatever they call it, New York. He seems a decent soul. There's a lot of negative stuff out there about him, but half of it's lies. Half it's lies, obvious lies. I mean, just bollocks. But it's because he's Muslim, you know. He's just, you know, there's hatred towards him because he's Muslim. London, for instance, has got a Muslim mayor, Steve Khan. He ain't done anything that's remotely anti-white. He's tries to be inclusive for everybody because it's a very multicultural place. New York's very multicultural, and obviously, you know, California's very multicultural. Actually, let's be fair. The whole country is the United States is a landmass that's full of immigrants. Anyway, you know, invaders, descendants of invaders and immigrants. It is such hypocrisy. Such hypocrisy. And the Saunders America might have been great for the first time. Under Saunders might be great. He's not a fool. The thing is, though, if you look after your people, this is the thing I don't understand with a lot of this hate politics. I don't get it, because get the vote, you got to try and get the people to love you. Well, if you're doing stuff that makes them want to love you, that's so they're happy with you, even. Let's say, for instance, you're making sure that they are not being ripped off when they get their, go to the pharmacy, for instance, just to get their medications. People feel a little bit better off, wouldn't they? You know, going to the doctor, you don't feel they're going to get ripped off. You don't feel, you want to sell my organs, you do, don't you? You know? People warm to the politicians if they be treating with decency, but from what I can see and from what it's just all about bloody money. It's just evil. I understand you need money, you need to exchange for goods and stuff like that. But with money comes greed, and it's just so much greed. It seems to lead to hatred. You know, people who have literally got nothing out there, you know. I'm talking some of the MAGA lot. You got, you know, they're broke ass. They really are, a lot of them. Not all of them, but yeah, there's a lot of people out there who have no money whatsoever, and they've heard someone say, "Those brown people over there, they're taking it all from you. You could have that, but they're taking it all." But these people telling them that stuff don't tell them that they've got to do something for it. It's just the people with the brown faces are working, you know? I just wish we could just all live together in just some sort of harmony, you know? I'll tell you what we need. Crikey, was it blue mink? Blue mink. Coffee-coloured people by the school. That's what we need, yes. In the old melting pot. We need to breed out racism. Maybe it won't apply in the United States, but you haven't got a royalty, so, you know, royal family has to be something like I don't know, you need a premenuptia. That's what you need, a premenuptia, where you get to bed for wives. No? Okay. Do I get to choose? Hello, Aussie. How's the healthcare in France? Okay, let me explain. I've got fibromyalgia. My damn wife has had food issues since she had septicemia a few years back. She was very, very ill. Went to our local hospital, which is a small state-run hospital, and they were brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, before that, she went to another hospital in France, which was a privately run hospital called Chez Nous in Limoges. And they could not find what was wrong with her. Yet her blood tests came back and all her levels were way off. So I don't know what went on there. They didn't tell us anyway, they sent her home. So she came home, got really, really ill. We waited for the blood test to come through because we had new blood tests. It was only for a few days. And then we went straight up to Saint Junien Hospital here in France, and they found it straight away. So then we did have a problem with the privately run hospital. It's not always like that, but for us that was a bad experience. And then we went to the Saint Junien, and she was treated very, very well. And she had to have a gallbladder out and stuff like that. They had to do all sorts of stuff. And because the septus had damaged, and that bit of the liver and stuff like that got damaged because of septicemia. So since then, she has regular problems. Now, I have fibromyalgia, and sometimes it kicks off, and sometimes it's not too bad. It affects me all different ways, muscles and stuff like that, physically. Since I've been taking all these bloody tablets, I've put weight on. I'm on a diet at the moment. I've lost 4 kilos in 2 weeks. So that's not bad going. So I'm very pleased about that. I think it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Anyway, whatever it is. But how much does it cost us? Well, what we have to do, it's not like the United Kingdom that has an NHS, free to point of use, where the whole thing's just covered. I say the whole thing's covered, your A&E, accident emergency, go and see the doctor and stuff like that's covered. But lots of stuff isn't covered in the UK, like for instance prescriptions. UK, I got that wrong. I should say England. I don't know about Wales, but for England, because Scotland has free prescriptions. Everything for me, once I pay my top up, which is what they call their mutual assurance, is actually a mutual malady. It's actually quite a small price we pay every single month for the last third. The 2/3 of it is paid by the French government. Yeah, and it's all sorted out. We ain't got to do anything. Our prescriptions are covered. Our eyes are covered. Our teeth are covered. And if we go to any little private clinics, they're covered. It's all within this package. And at the end of the day, even in the UK with the NHS, you're still paying for, because you've got the NI contributions and stuff like that, in taxes and that contribute. The money comes from somewhere, doesn't it? And generally from the people. But yeah, it's quick. If I had a blood test done in the morning, for which I can actually go to the actual clinic myself and have my blood taken at the clinic, I will get if the test allows it, because sometimes they need more time with the test itself, it has to be left. I'll get a notification on my phone, and it says, and there's the code, there's a link to it, and you use your code, which is basically your date of birth and stuff like that, along with your other details. And then you can access your tests. So you can have your blood test within a day. And, you get on Google, don't you? Before you get down to see the doctor. And, also, the other thing about it is they tell you on the test if it's above or below normal on the test as well. So you can basically highlight all the ones that look bad and then do your Googling. So you've got some idea. And then, obviously, you make an appointment with your doctor, which you get an appointment within a week, usually within a week. The healthcare in France is good. The care is good. It's not a ward based. Most of it's rooms. You have rooms. If it's day procedures, 2 to a room. We've got no qualms whatsoever. We know, for instance, the French healthcare is not like the UK. I don't know about the United States, but let's be unfair. It's all about insurance, isn't it? It's all about insurance policies and stuff. But in the UK, it feels like sticky plaster. Like, for instance, you get ill and then they'll sort it out. In France, it's about prevention. What can they do to prevent you getting ill? To the point of having health checkups where you go on little machines, they plug into stuff and do the monitoring on while you're riding a bike. And prevention. A lot of tests, lots of cancer-related tests, like poo tests and stuff like that. Lovely, I've got no quarrels. I really haven't. And my French neighbour, she says, "Oh, it's terrible. The healthcare here is terrible." Oh God, you haven't been in the UK, have you? I think it might be a little bit worse than what it used to be. Maybe, in some ways, but people are always looking for something to moan at. Like, it's typical, isn't it? That's what happens. It's Granny Waddlebottom. Oh, hello, love. I can cure your ills, you handsome devil. Oh. Oh, hello, Granny. Take your vaccines, I do. Actually, And one of the people, because I find my LG also asthmatic, it's all stuff that happened recently to me. It's very annoying. I'm one of the people they want to make sure I keep having my I have my flu jab every year and my vaccine, COVID. Also, lots of my folks both live in France, over the new village. And they become citizens. Oh, they became citizens 5 years back. Cost them 300 euro a month for both. My God, that's a lot. Doesn't cost us anywhere near that. Is that 300 or is that 3,000? No, ours is just no more. About 110 a month, something like that, for me and Caroline. It's not a lot at all. Take your vaccines. Not enough preventative in Canada, isn't there? Oh, I wonder why that is. You know, it's the best way, isn't it? If you want to keep your health system in check, you know, so it can cope, you know, make sure the people are healthy. Make sure people are treated early. Hey, Casper Northerner's been a member for 24 months, 2 years. Hello, Casper. Hope you're well, friend. Al-Iman, a Falim studio. We believe in Islam and healing powers. You should learn a bit of Islam. I'm not a religious person, I'll be honest with you. I ain't got a problem with other people wanting to practice their religions, but it's not for me. I've said this before, I know, I don't believe you have to follow religion to do right by others, you know, or keep yourself well. That's what I do, you know. Same here, I'm a gay atheist. Yeah, I bet you're happy for being that way. I don't want to feel that I have to be beholden to something I have no control of anyway. The only person I'm beholden to is my wife. She does boss me about sometimes. I have to do as I'm told, you know. Yeah, cheers, Casper. Much appreciated, my friend. Yeah. Oh dear me. It's mad. Life is hard enough. Just when things are normal, life is hard enough. You got to go to work, you got to earn your money, you got to pay your bills, you got to feed your kids, you got to wash your kids, bath your kids. Okay, all mine are grown up. I don't do that anymore. You know, for now I'll get locked up. But we don't need any more pressure. After Brexit, COVID, Donald Trump, you know, does the world need any more? Do ordinary folk need any more pressure laden upon them? No. No, you just don't. I feel that the joy has been sucked out of people. To go and have a bit of fun. I know I joke and laugh about stuff like that. That's kind of my way of dealing with it, you know. And it's like, otherwise you'd just be so miserable all the while with all this stuff that goes on. It makes me so sad when I hear about women that popping babies out with dead babies with in shackles in detention centres and shit like that. I thought, crikey, I can't cope much more with this. Yeah, the climate crisis will bring the pressure. Flipping heat at the moment. We'll get these like heat domes, and where the heat can't escape, it becomes trapped and it's pushing down on people. It's not just the people, though, is it? You know, there's the animals. There's dogs, for instance. They don't kill themselves like we do with sweat and what have you. They pant and pant and pant and pant, and they can only pant so fast, you know. Yeah, animals, they really struggle this heat. Steady on your things. What'd she say? Probably, I bet it's a bloke. Well, great old Bob just gives a big sloppy kiss. Oh, dear me. Oh, great. Life is too short, isn't it? There we go. No. So yeah, that's been my thoughts today. My thoughts basically is that I'm very concerned for the United States. I'm very concerned that Donald Trump's agenda is going to stand precedent for other countries to do the same. If he can do it, literally destroy the system that has been utilised in the United States for all these decades, hundreds of years actually. If he can do it, what's stopping Hungary doing it? What's stopping the other right-wing politicians that could come into power? It seems to. Is it a protest vote when people vote for these people, or is it just hope for something different? Oh, we'll give them a try now because the others were useless. Let's put frying pan into the fire. God, 3 out of 4 government workers and teachers are now taking antidepressants. I take antidepressants, but not for depression. I take one a day for nerve pain. It's one of the common treatments for fibromyalgia. It does help. It's not perfect, but it does help. Any cheap rugs? Or do you mean something else? I don't know. Maybe they keep getting caught at the port. Oh, looking so good. Oh, cheers, David. Oh dear. I didn't look so good yesterday. I looked like a flipping beetroot yesterday. I was so hot and red. Went kayaking. I did a little lake up the road, and it's just I took the seats out of the. I was using the inflatable kayak in this case. It was some of them like cloth. They got the bladders inside. They're quite good. I took the seats out of it because they're not just laying there. It's like a big airbed. Just float in the middle of the lake. It was so nice. Donnie kissing the flag. Yeah, crikey. Defacing it, weren't he? With his acid saliva. Plastic bag. Yeah, well, that's just like Mark Rook, wasn't it? With him calling them daddy and literally how great it was that he invaded Iran and he did whatever we couldn't do and all. Oh, for God's sake. It was a disaster. And now it looks like the Trump regime is, so it's rumoured that they're going to hand over $30 billion to Iran as some kind of deal. $40 degrees one day. Oh God, it's been 38 right here. It's you can't. It's hard to sleep in that. You're just sprawled out, all your bits hanging out. Lovely. Sweating like a good one. Reminds me when I was down Ginger Island. That was just like constant melting. I didn't really enjoy that side of things. The Caribbean's lovely. It's beautiful, but the heat is just too extreme. It's just constantly wet with sweat. Yeah, heat during sleep, it sucks. It's awful. Absolutely muggy. 21 for you. I'd like a bit of 21, thank you. Cat's eye. That would be nice. Yeah. Oh, curious. Went swimming in the lake. Yeah, I went swimming in the lake as well. After I'd been in the kayak for a bit, and then I kind of got a bit cooked in the kayak, and then decided to jump in. Why the hell not? It's nice. It's just nice. It's natural, Feel the little fishies around your toes. Don't worry too much. You escaped Brexit and Never Land. I know, God. England. Yeah, I escaped it, David, but it's still, my family lives there, you know. I do worry about them. And I worry about other people as well. You know, the ideal scenario is that every country in the world is doing well for itself, you know? Because they're all potential customers, they're all potential people to do business with, and we all get on, you know, because we've got trade. And Donald Trump has literally thrown that ball in the air. Yeah, just it could have been so much better, couldn't it? It really could have been than this. You know, in the end of the day, countries need. If you haven't got growth, you need other people's money. You know. But you can only get growth through bank loans. You know, when people take out loans or mortgage for their houses and stuff, so the government, the federal bank has to print more money to cope with that. But that's fine for inflation, doesn't affect it because anyway. And then you got ways as well. Oh yeah. So you've got people putting loans and what have you to actually increase the economy. And mortgages, investment. And then you've got foreign investment as well. You need money coming in, but then you need to hold on to it. You know, you need it to stay there. As much, you know, the best that you can. And I'm not talking about rich buggers who you keep threatening they're going to leave and stuff. I'm talking about industry as a whole. That's where the real money is. It doesn't make any sense to ostracise yourselves and just stick yourself, make yourself Billy No Mates. I'm Canadian and the heat is too much. It's a bit cooler in here. So if you can keep this little space here cool with the fans and stuff, and the sort of fixed stone walls, you see on those two walls there, and this wall behind me is all fixed stone. So it's quite good. Went outside South Florida to test the chainsaw for hurricane season and was sweating profusely in minutes. It's so damn humid. It's not weather to work in, is it? It really isn't. I was in the northern Sahara many years ago in the summer. That was so hot that you could only walk about 100 metres before gasping for water. Crikey. It was a bit of dry heat as well. That's right, David. You'll be able to watch the Emma Raducanu at the Millionaires SW19 Club till at least Wednesday. Try too hard. Donnie now flogging Daddy merch. Oh no, is this right? Oh, it's painful, isn't it? It really is painful. These people, it's just they're unbelievably bad, aren't they? They really are. So now Donnie's a daddy, is he? Begs believe it really does. Snowsuits are everything up north. God, it must be so. I don't like wearing too many clothes. I'll be honest with you. I'd walk around naked all the while if I did get complaints. I love my snowsuit. Says Cat's Eye. It might not be so hot there if you do that. It might not be so hot there if you... That's not gas. I I wired it. It was originally paraffin, all right, but I've wired it up, so it's now it's got LED in it, so it's not hot at all. If I change, if I can, nah, I won't go down that small. Nah, but yeah, it's got a LED filament bulb in it. Yeah, but yeah. It's not gas, no. Do you know, walking in the blizzards, I actually love that. I like walking in the rain. I love, if it wasn't for the fact that I got all sweaty, I love riding bikes uphill and stuff like that. And I like, you know, when you kind of just, had a very warm day, and then it just starts to rain. And you just got that little bit of rain and a bit of wind and that, you know. And you've been half naked all day. I like that. I love the swish, swish sound of snow pants and make whoosh, 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 whoosh. Like a kindergarten. Oh, God's sake. That's like ASMR, isn't it? God. Scott says, never good. Canada, love a good blizzard too. When was the last time I was in the blizzard? That'll be in the camp. I was down in Perpignan with the missus in January. I can't remember what year it was. It had been about 2017, I reckon. We thought it'd be a good idea to go that way when we basically headed south east for a little bit. I've been up in Perpignan, camped in Perpignan, top of the mountains. Lovely it was until the snow started falling. I didn't realise until the wind was getting up as well. The camper was rocking about, and I went and looked outside, and oh my God, it was a blizzard. And I didn't know at the time what all the canes. There were lots like metal canes stuck in the ground, right, either side of the road. It's because you can't see the bloody road, so you have to basically drive between these metal canes, these rods. Yeah, that was pretty hefty. Still, we saw people walking in there, you know. We thought, if we don't get down, we're going to be stuck here. Because that's basically what's been forecasted, that the roads was going to be shut. There's a lot of, I don't know what's like in Canada, but there's a lot of laws here. When you're talking about Mont d'Or and that sort of area in France, you have to have a set of snow chains. You also have to, by law, have a second set of tyres and all that sort of stuff, you know. You have your winter tyres. And obviously your snow chains or your jackets for your wheels and stuff. Otherwise, you can get caught. Hello, Mark Van Betts. Hope you're well, my friend. How's the house doing? Have you got it yet? You must have it by now. Well, no, maybe how long ago was that? It can take 3 months, can't it? Did you buy the house? Mark Van Betsy stayed with us a few months ago. I was there from your friend. Moving soon! Excellent! Oh, nice one. That's brilliant news. Oh, you got yourself a house. That's fantastic. That's positive news for you, isn't it, mate? Blimey. Yay. Oh, so that was a worthwhile venture out, that was. Guess where they are made, Counter Kev? In China. Yeah, all that stuff. All that stuff in the merch stores, all Chinese made. And then you got this Trump phone, which is going to be made in China as well. And yet they're putting pressure on Apple to make these phones, make their phones in the United States. Hypocrisy. It's just unbelievable. It's just... It's nuts. Yeah, Mark, he's a great guy in that. He came and stayed with us, which was very nice. While he was doing house hunting, and he found a place. So it's pretty cool. So he's moving down from Belgium to France. Was it in the Dordogne? Or was it Toulouse? Or was it more Toulouse way? I can't remember now. My memory sucks, I tell you. Oh, cruise, that's it, yeah. Yeah, I go on. Oh, I remember that. That was the place that was a bit further away. It was kind of the place you had your heart set on, but they're messing you about, weren't they? But yeah, brilliant news. Well done, mate. That's awesome. Yeah, you were right the first time. I was putting pressure on Orange. Oh, God, he's been tangoed. Oh, I bet you're really excited, Mark. I bet you are. And how are you getting on with your camera, your Bronica? Was it Mamiya? Can't remember that. Was it Mamiya? What was it, Bronica? Can't remember. Blimey. Terrible I am. The daddy diaper mobile, yeah. Crikey. Cheeky bugger, isn't he? Huh? $499 it's going to be for this phone. It's a relatively reasonably priced phone, if it's any good. But it's going to be some branded phone. It's probably already on the market. It's probably already out there. It's just maybe a few little tweaks, maybe, to make it more Trump-like. It'll be gold. Hello, Laura. Laura Russo. Hope you're well. Would love to move to France. I'll tell you the thing about moving to France. There were lots of learning curves when we moved there first. As a British guy and his missus, and we came over with two of our kids as well. And it was a learning curve. Three of our kids, sorry. And it was difficult to start with. Not because we didn't love where we were, because we did, it was in the country. It was just lovely. The house was absolute wreck, though. Absolute wreck. It was still hadn't finished. Still doing stuff. But the things is the paperwork it's not as bad now though. The paperwork has definitely been streamlined. A lot of the stuff is done online now, which makes it a lot easier. And their websites do actually seem to work quite well. I had no issues. I do all my taxes online. I do for my business and that, and it seems to work. So it's easy now. But at the time, there's a lot of paperwork you had to get your head around. We also had this thing called Brexit, which really screwed us over. Luckily, the French government was very obliging with British citizens, and I've got my French driving license and stuff, and I got a card to show. I haven't got citizenship here. My French isn't good enough. It really isn't good enough, and I struggle with my vocal cords and to get derechment. I just sound terrible. My pronunciation is awful. I struggle with English, and French. I just there was a learning curve. I'll tell you something though. I came over with a right-hand drive vehicle. It was a transit van, and the amount of times I pulled out of a side junction into the road onto the wrong side of the road. Quickly realised and obviously corrected myself. I just might need a few more hands, but I've done that several times. I got used to it in the end, but it was that was more of a mechanical thing really. What I'd been used to for such a long period of time, coming out the side road and end up on the left hand side of the road instead of the right hand side of the road. Because you're driving on the side of the road here in France. I've still got a right-hand drive car, and I've had that for a long time, 8 years now. It's an old car. I don't need much more than what it is, so I don't want to change it. And but it's this next trail, and it has big windows. So being right-hand drive don't really make a lot of difference with that. I've got good vision with that anyway. But I could imagine a modern car with those little narrow windows you get them these days. I think it'd be a nightmare. You definitely want left-hand drive, definitely. That's my opinion anyway. My camper's left-hand drive. My motorbike is neither left or right. Kyrie says, my French is not great. The Quebecois accent, probably not great in France. Yeah. I find that our Welsh friends here find the learning the language much easier for pronunciation than from where I'm from in Norfolk, and because I struggle with it. I struggle with especially like rolling the R's and stuff like that. I struggle with. The Trump phone comes with free Stormy it comes with a free Stormy Daniels fanny pack. That's good. I like that. Oh dear. Is the fanny pack in the shape of a mushroom? Or has it got a mushroom attached to it? I know he fell asleep driving on the French motorway. I had to pull over. Go for a walk. It is so easy. You've got obviously the peage, which is the toll roads, and then you've got the Route Nationale, which you will have little roundabouts and usual stuff. But the Route Nationales are so easy, but can get expensive if you're not careful. But you do save on fuel. As long as you're not going like a mad thing, it's absolutely fine. For me, though, I tend to try and stick to the Route Nationale as much as I can because I want to see stuff. I don't really want to. I find motorway driving so boring. So boring. White boy's got the best pussy. Right, okay. Does the fanny pack include some bee plugs? I know what you're trying to say there. Ooh. You know what I mean? You always struggled with your R's. I do. I still do. Even in English. Have I always struggled with my R's? Yeah, I have. Yeah. Rolling the R's. It's different now because I have this problem in my throat. But when I didn't have the problem in my throat, I was embarrassed that I was going to spit on you. It seems to me every time I try to roll the R's, I just spat. I made me very self-conscious. It's nice to pull over and not into some massive shopping mall on services. Yes, it is. It's nice to pull over and you find a nice viewpoint or something, or a lake or something nice. Because we've got the camp, but it's booked in for CT, so that's hopefully going to be back on the road soon. It's been off the road for 4 or 5 years now. It's been off the road since 2021. So about 4 years. Which isn't great. July 2021, it's been off the road. So, yeah, it's such a waste of money. It's been costing me a fortune on insurance every year. So you've still got insurance. See, here in France, that's one of the things to bear in mind. If you take a car off the road, you still have to maintain your insurance. You can only really get rid of or cancel your insurance if you sell the car, or if you scrap it or something, or crash it or something. I don't know. So it's yeah. So obviously we've been paying insurance on this camp. We pay insurance for it anyway because obviously it's an expensive thing. But when we go, we'll be doing videos in there. So we're travelling about. We will carry on doing our videos and live streams from the camper in France, which might be quite interesting. Some beautiful places, especially on the Dordogne, down in the Dordogne, and you get on. It's beautiful area, and the rivers there fantastic. If I can get in there, I might even do it from a canoe, kayak. Oh, that warm fuzzy feeling you get to the inside from the old fanny pack. Ooh, make you sterile, it will. Make you sterile. You should shout out my YouTube channel called Good Vibes. Alright, I've just done a shout out for Good Vibes. I don't mind as long as it's not something naughty. Didn't really do that, should I really? Yeah, meant to be funny, but failing miserably. Trump can barely speak Spanglish. I don't know what goes on Trump. He doesn't know what a full stop is. You know, all that stuff he writes online now. It's not what Trump used to write, is it? He's still all been caps in it. It's all I've done AI, or he's got some minions doing it in the style of Donald Trump. Bread. I like bread. Doesn't like me though. I'm 61, says Gingers, and have never been able to roll my hairs. I can't do it. I'm terrible. I can read French fairly well now, you know, but as far as actually speaking, I'm really. Don't get me wrong, I don't hold back. I give it a go when I'm out and about, what have you. In fact, I was doing quite well. We had the internet engineer over the other day because my dog broke me internet. Seriously, Sebastian, the white dog, broke my internet. I got up out of to go and get myself a drink. And he'd been following me everywhere, he does. And he basically got into a tangled mess underneath my desk and panicked. And somehow managed to rip the box off the wall, which has the fibre in, that comes into the house before it goes to the router, and broke the wire, or the fibre. And it's not something I can really fix, not without a splicer. I ain't got a splicer. It costs about £1,000. Oh, my battery's getting very low, so I might have to go soon. My French-Canadian kids were in British-French classes. It was hard for the testers. I bet it was. My French-Canadian kids. Cool. Canada. I would like to visit Canada. I mentioned it to Caroline yesterday. She started looking up the cost of the flights. Yeah, that kind of scared me. Like £1,000 each. Have you ever done the Afghan Express train? No, I haven't. No. I have never been to Afghanistan either. No. I'm not saying I wouldn't like to go to Afghanistan, to a safe bit, But, no, I keep away from the Taliban, I think, yeah. Adam Sandler? Oh, what, me? Oh, you asked what I think about Adam Sandler. He's not a great actor, is he? Let's be honest. He's not a great actor, although I liked him in Caddyshack. Not Caddyshack, yeah. Oh, crikey, not Caddyshack. What's it called there? Oh, my God! Oh, the golfing one. What was it, Caddyshack? Oh, I can't remember. Yeah. He's got a bit of a screamy voice, isn't he? A bit like me, I suppose. What's this all about rolling R? Says, who's your anus? Mine's massive. Oh, God, Canadian bilingual. Can't be bad. Yeah, I get by. Don't get me wrong, I get by. So imagine a French-Canadian bread school. Oh, crikey, yeah, I imagine. Somehow I have a strong Quebecois accent. Oh, there we come. What I missed. The guy from the electric company came to put in my new meter, says Gingers, and my power was out for a minute, but it knocked out my internet for 4 hours. Just because of the glitch. Crikey. Didn't like that, did it? God. Oh, is it? I don't know. I haven't been to Australia either. I'd actually quite like to go there as well. We've got family in Australia. We've got family in Canada as well, actually. So they'd put us up probably. Have you been in the Uranus? Uranus? I haven't been in my anus, no, not recently. For a start, I can't bend over that far. I can barely see my penis. So no, I haven't seen my anus. I have to squat over a mirror, alright? Yeah, Caroline, she's looking after grandchildren at the moment. Oh no, the idiot's one. I just don't understand why people vote against their own best interests. I just don't get it. I just don't understand why anyone would do that. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you hurt yourself? For what? What, because of brown faces? Yeah, pretty much. I was called the guy. Oh, sorry. Not the Afghan. The Gown Express. Really? Kilt-wearing French speakers? Really? Oh, do they wear underwear? Is upskirting legal in Canada? For the kilt-wearing Quebecans who speak French. Oh, the read the Steel Bull Run. I don't know what that is, but, you know, I'll take it as a book. Take care, Scott. Be good. Have a nice day, what's left of it. Yeah, they're gone. They're gone. I just got to remove all the vents. So yeah, we got rid of the hornets. Actually, they were just wasps in the end. They weren't hornets. They were wasps. And so I just take the bezel off. That's all I need to do. And then we just have to clean up the bits where they made nests. And we have this weird thing in the what's it called again? It's a kind of a wasp, and it's made a nest in one of the rooms behind the shutters, and it's full of little yellow spiders. It was. It's all paralysed by the wasp. So it's food for the larvae. You see, nature's amazing. Thank you, Hussein Ben said. My little room. Yeah, this is my little space. Actually, sometimes I come in there for a little siesta as well. A little siesta, in the day. Because it's quiet here, you see. And I sometimes make little videos in here as well. I haven't done for a while in here, to be fair. For my woodworking channel. So I make some little videos over there. Short videos. And then I've got my other room through there, which you can't see properly. Which is where my lasers are and stuff. And then I've got my workshop, which is just literally on the other side of this wall. The eviction notice, they got this, they did, they got their eviction notice. Cleaning bits, yeah, we can clean your bits, yeah, have you? Oh, matron. Oh, matron. Oh, God. Who remembers, actually, who abroad, did those films, the Carry On films, air abroad? Or were they purely a British thing? There's a lot of British comedy that, you know, like for instance, The Office, ends up being in the United States, doesn't it? You know, I just loved the old Carry On films with Matron and Car. A lot of them are gone now, haven't they? A lot of them have died. They were misogynistic, but it's just all sort of tongue-in-cheek type stuff. You know what I mean? Squitty kind of Benny Hill type comedy. I loved all that stuff. It's just so squitty, so silly. This is where I feel that we have gone a little bit too far with political correctness. All it's done is given the right more ammunition, I think, really, in many ways. As long as it's balanced, do you know what I mean? If there's misogyny, it needs to be on both sides, and even within the same thing. So it's, you know. And not be funny, that lot of blokes are idiots. They came over as right idiots, didn't they, in the Carry On films. So, yeah, I think that's double-ended. Double-sided. Double-ended? No, crikey. Keep that one in the other drawer. I was watching Rising Damp. Oh, my giddy aunt, that's a blast from the past. Rising Damp. Oh, my God, what was his name again? The landlord geezer. Crikey. Now, I've got a little story about that. My elder sister Karen, who's a textile designer, she was doing her training in Taunton, Somerset. And if anybody knows Rising Damp, that was like where my sister was living. The place was disgusting. I mean, yeah, as a student accommodation, it was terrible. And the guy who ran it was just like the guy who ran, the hotel. Oh, not the bed and breakfasty place. Was it a hotel? Oh no, whatever it was. I can't remember. That was a while ago. What was his name? Marcus. Did Barbara Windsor have a lot in front of her? Ooh, she did. Barbara Windsor. Then she ends up in EastEnders of all places. Well, that can go. Goodbye. We're not having those sort of... this is a fun place. We don't need those sort of things. Anyway. Hello, Holmes! You the Resistance? Have you ever seen the video of Dick Cheney leaving the White House in a wheelchair with a Betty Hill music? No, I haven't, but I want to now. I have to find that one. Oh, the thing is, I'd love to use Betty Hill, but I've done various videos in the past where it's very like Benny Hillish. Every time I can't use it, I get demonetized every time, and then the video gets restricted. So it's not just the demonetization is a problem. They don't show it, because they're not making any money either, are they? But yeah, it's just brilliant. I love the outro with Betty Hill as well. Where they're just chasing them. All the women are chasing them. Just funny. Carry On Gang aired in Canada. Right. It was a big deal in my house. The adults were excited. The elite are to blame. They are. The billionaires. I have to admit, it was quite funny to see old Jeff Bezos getting it in the neck in Venice. It's caused quite a divide, though, in Venice, actually. It's surprising how many people in Venice actually supported Jeff Bezos and those who don't. Just straight down the middle. It looks like Granny Waddlebottom has left us to ply her trade. Probably. I haven't seen it. I'm going to have to see that one. Thanks for that. Gangster exit, yeah. Will you put your hand on the screen for... Why would I do that? Yeah, that was not... No, don't want that, thanks. Yeah, definitely an unwanted comment. Quite, yeah. I haven't got any moderators here today. My usual friends. But, at the end of the day, it's a random stream. I can't expect people to be there all the time, can I? Sometimes I've got to do work myself, Thanks. Anyway, my battery is literally... It's in the red now. Oh, my giddy aunt, it's red. It is. So I'm going to call it here. Anyway, 2 hours on. It's not bad, is it? So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us, and thank you for the super chats. Now it's really appreciated. And without your support, it's like anything like this, and other small creators that are out there, they get very little from YouTube itself to pay for the gear. Saying, nothing's free. That's not free. No, that's not free. That's not free. Neither of my lights. I don't buy it for the hell of it. I hope to try and make the channel a little bit better. It doesn't always work because at the end of the day, the anomaly is me. I'm the problem. Oh shit, I've got a new camera. Now I thought I'd get more views. No, it was me after all. Oh shit. So thanks everybody for joining us. I much appreciate it, really is. And thanks for the super chats. And just the company, really, It's nice to be in the company of good people. Yes. And there wasn't too many trolls today, was there? There really wasn't. Am I from Great Britain or Australia? I'm from Britain, I am. I'm from Norwich. But I live in France, which is a lovely place. It is. I love it here. That I do. So anyway, Oh, lovely, but that's actually my playing clock. That one. That's the sarsaparilla. That's actually that's an American. That is. Well, I got it from America years ago. I didn't get it from America, but it come from America, from an American shop. It has had a new movement since. I had that when I was 18. I was drooling over it years ago. Anyway, it's, like I say, I'm literally going to go bing, and my phone was going to go dead, and and all of a sudden I wanted to say goodbye properly. Goodbye! Toodaloo! And have a lovely day. Are you sure you want to stop stream? That's what's come up on my screen. Yeah, I don't really want to, but I think I'm going to have to, because that phone is about to die. And I can't plug the power in because the sound goes all doolally. Toodaloo.